Hello, my name is Ashley Savage, and I am from the Cornville Regional Charter School in Maine. We are 100% learner-centered. We are a charter school that has learners from ages 5 to 14 or K through 8. One of the things that we do to make sure that our learners have a lot of choice and voice within their learning is during our seminar times, which are a multidisciplinary unit based around a science or social studies learning goal. We also group and regroup learners for math and ELA throughout the day. One of the ways that we ensure that learners have this choice and voice is by doing a lot of planning and working together as a team. In the following video, you will be able to see how we ensure that the learners can sign up and make that choice, and how we make it possible for children ages 5 to 14. One of the key forms that we use when planning out a seminar is this template. We use it to ensure that all components of our planning is met, and that includes planning within the 3 circles. So we make sure that we have our content goals. We also address the complex reasoning skills and the habits of mind that learners will need to master to complete this seminar. When planning out the learning goals, we always make sure that the primary learning goals are science social studies base, because that's what our seminars are planned around. And then once we have our group of learners, then we look at the secondary learning goals, which will include math, reading, and writing. Here's an example how planning within the 3 circles can be put into a visual for learners. This seminar was based on Archimedes' principle. The learners can see very easily what content knowledge they need, so what those learning goals are that they're working on, as well as what complex reasoning skills, such as experimental inquiry, decision making, problem solving, and what habits of mind they need. They need to be thinking flexibly and interdependently. In our science and social studies seminars, we encourage voice and choice, offering a selection of choices for each round. After determining the academic or social-emotional range for the topics, we send the descriptions home for parents to review with their children. Some of the choices you will see are offered to different age groups. The Scribner-Gallant choices are for our youngest learners, while the Bingaman and Kenny choices are offered more for our older learners. Because our homeroom groupings are based on social and emotional stages, and then learning opportunities are based on academic readiness, all of our learners need a customized notification of the seminar offerings that are appropriate for them. On the days of sign-up, each learner receives a customized email containing a link that brings them to a Google form. Here, they are able to reread descriptions and then select their first, second, and third choices. On the back end, their selection is placed in a Google Sheet and the seminar groupings are created. For the youngest learners, we have the older learners help them with this process. Once learners have signed up for what seminar choice they want, the facilitators will then get their group listing. We go into our learning management system, which happens to be Empower, and we can view for math and ELA what needs there are for our specific group. So you'll see in this photo that I'm looking at math, and I'm looking at my specific group, Savage Tuesday, Thursday seminar. I can see by the numbers where a majority of my group needs to work. So for example, there's a big chunk that needs some foundational algebra. There are a big chunk that need some number sense and some geometry. So depending on what my seminar topic is and how it relates to science and social studies, I can try to incorporate those goals. The same exact thing happens for ELA. I may go in and look at my group and see that a lot of them need some work with nonfiction text, or maybe they need to work on writing personal narratives. And hopefully I can bring that in to my primary learning goals for science and social studies. So this is how we determine and fill out that planning template for the secondary learning goals. So to review, when planning an interdisciplinary unit, pick the primary learning goals, habits of mind, and complex reasoning skills. Next, write an enticing, child-friendly description of the seminar. Once the descriptions have been written, send all of the available options home to families. Then, create a customized email through which learners can sign up for their first, second, and third choices. Once the groups are established, look at their learning needs to determine the secondary learning goals for the unit. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video, and if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.